But first, the request is in. Arizona getting the formal letter to hand over information to a presidential commission. Good evening, everyone. This is a copy of that letter, but Arizona is not expected to comply with the demand. That's according to Secretary of State Michelle Reagan. Let's go straight to political editor Dennis Welch live in the newsroom. And Dennis, you got that confirmed just within the past few hours.
Yeah, and it's also important to know that Reagan's office is telling me tonight that they are denying this entire request, which was made by a man named Chris Kobach. Now, he's the vice chairman of a commission on the presidential election integrity. Now, the president started this commission into voter fraud after claiming that millions of people had voted illegally for Hillary Clinton, which he says prevented him from winning the popular vote. Now, I should add that there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud here in Arizona or anywhere else in the country. Still, this commission was asking Arizona to hand over specific information on voters, information like party registration and voting history. But it also demanded each state release dates of birth and the last 4 digits of Social Security numbers. Now, in denying this request, Reagan said she was skeptical that this information would shed any light on election fraud. Now, Reagan sent a 2-page letter to Kobach today that said, in part, without any explanation how Arizona voting information would be safeguarded or what security protocols the commission has put in place, I cannot, in good conscience, release Arizona's sensitive voter data for this hastily organized experiment. And I also want to add that at least 24 other states have refused to comply with this request. And it's also interesting to note that when Reagan ran for this office 3 years ago, Kobach, who's also the Secretary of State in Kansas, had endorsed her. In the newsroom, Dennis Welch, CBS 5 News.
Dennis, thank you. 4 years ago, we brought you the story of a young boxing champ murdered in his own home. Tonight, his family says